So we're holding on Sif Ches in middle of Hilchas Tefillin, which is Siman Yud. Siman Yud Sif Ches, and today is Yud Zayin Oder. Yeah. Also lahafsik besicha bein shel yad l'shel roish. Between the shel yad and shel roish, you're not allowed to interrupt. And therefore, the hefsik between putting on the shel yad and shel roish should also be limited. Even to sort of wink with the eye or make with your fingers, also not allowed to, because the pasuk says, so therefore you have to have a zechira, the remembrance that should be immediately. Take if tefillah shel roish l'shel yad should be immediately, kedei shatia havaya achas l'shteihem, in order that there should be one havaya for both. Furthermore, even if he has Kaddish Kedusha, he should not interrupt, but he should keep quiet. And to be mechavin what the Kohol says. By the way, that's where the Alter Rebbe writes in Shulchan Aruch. However, in the Siddur, he writes that you are permitted to be mafsik between Kaddish and Kedusha or Baruch Hu, and then you should make another bracha on Shel Roish al mitzvahs tefillin. That's what the Alter Rebbe says in Siddur, if you interrupted based on that. If someone heard that someone else was making a bracha on tefillin, he could answer that. That's not considered interruption. All it is confirming of what the individual is saying. That he believes in the mitzvah tefillin. Therefore, it's not interruption of the habaya achas, which we said. When one is putting on tefillin tam, where he's not making a bracha, he should also not interrupt between shel yad and shel rosh. However, but when you're putting on the tefillin shel rabbeinu tam, the kaddish l'kedusha and ubarchu and amen, yochel lahafsik, he could interrupt. Siftes. Im tov behifsik, if someone did ended up interrupting between shel yad and shel rosh, you mashmish b'shel yad v'yivarach shenis lo niach tefillin. This is he's saying he should be mashmish until yad and again make the bracha of lo niach tefillin. This is not according to the way we do it, but that's what he says in Shulchan Aruch in Kitzur. V'chazik es hakesher, and tighten the kesher, and then make a bracha on the shalosh and make the bracha mitzvah still, because like we said earlier, they make a bracha on the shel yad and the shel rosh. They make two separate brachas, and they say Baruch Shem Kaved Machusay in between after the shel rosh and so on. So therefore, once he made an interruption, he has to put on the shel yad again properly by making a bracha of niach tefillin. However, this is the way the Alter Rebbe writes in Shulchan Aruch as well. But in the Siddur, again, he says that if someone interrupted between the shel yad and the shel rosh, he makes only the bracha of mitzvahs tefillin, because that otherwise we don't make a bracha of mitzvahs tefillin. We keep in mind the lo haniach covers both. But if he ended up interrupting, then he makes a bracha of mitzvahs tefillin as well. If the interruption was for the tzedach hatfilin, he does not have to make another bracha on the shel yad, because it's ma'osa inyan. It's not considered an interruption. Sif Yud. Yechaben banochas tefillin shetzivona HaKadosh Baruch Hu anech tefillin. They should be mechaben that HaKadosh Baruch Hu instructed us to put on tefillin. Sheyesh b'hem arba parshas, that has 4 parshas. Shekosav b'hem yichud shmoyes barach, that it includes the yichud shmoyes barach v'yitzias mitzrayim. On his arm opposite the heart, and on his head opposite the moyach. We should always remember the wonders and the nisim that Hashem did with us, because this also instructs on the unity of Hashem. That he has the full control and the koyach and the power to do as he wishes. And therefore, when he's putting on tefillin, he should keep in mind he's being meshabed, his neshama, which sits in the moyach, the gamalev, and also the heart, which is the seat of the taivas and the machshavos. And that way he'll remember the Creator, and he will be memayet, diminish his anois, and he will be able to fulfill the which is the result and the cause that starts with the taivas. The lochin ksiv b'tefillin beinenecha. That's why by tefillin it says beinenecha, because of the einayim that and the heart and so on. Sif Yud Aleph. Tefillin shel yad v'shel roish shtei mitzvahs. Say now we're saying that there are two mitzvahs ve'einon ma'akvei zu and zu, and they don't not ma'akev one or the other. Therefore, im ein lo yala achas, if he has only one, oy shemachmas eiza oynos ein yochel laniach ala achas. For whatever reason he can't put on only one. Is imaniach shel yad. If he's putting on only the shel yad, mevorech laniach lavadi, just makes one bracha laniach. V'miniach shalosh, if he puts on only the shalosh, mevorech laniach. The gam al mitzvah tefillin, he makes both brachas al laniach and al mitzvah tefillin. V'amor baruch shem kaved machusay le'elavoed, and the same halacha would apply over here as we had earlier in Siftes, that if tov v'hifsik and so on. Sif Yud Beis. Iter Gomur, which means a full, complete lefty. Afilu Nase Iter, which means that a full Iter Gomur would mean someone who both is stronger hand as the left, as well as he writes with the left. He's Afilu Nase Iter Machmash Higalas Mekain, even if he became a lefty because he trained himself that way. Mikol Mokem Yoniach V'Yamin Shel Kol Adam Shus Meilei, should put on the right hand of everyone, which is his left. V'Moisa Kol Malacha V'Yamin. If he does all his activities with his right hand, he only writes with the left. Or he does all the work with the left hand and he writes with the right hand. He's ayad shekoisaba hichashuva. The determining factor of what's considered a righty here is the right hand, the hand that he writes with, and and he should put on to the other hand, the opposite hand. If someone has both controls equally, what they call ambidextrous, something on with both hands, then he puts on like a regular individual, which is on the left of regular people. Even if he was not born as an iter, but he trained himself. Is in the same things also. He puts on the Lismoil Shel Kol Adam just because he could write that way, since he wasn't born as an iter, so he puts on the regular way to do it. Now he goes into the Shiur Reichav HaRetzuos, the Shiur of the width of the Retzuos between the Shel Rosh and the Shel both Shel Yosh and Shel Yad need to be not less than the length of a barley. And if it's not that wide as the length of a barley, so he still should put them on. The Shiur Orkon, how long should they be? Is the Shorosh from the right side and the left side should both go until the navel, or a little bit above. The Yeshem and the Shel Tzad Yamin Tagia Adamila, some say that the side of the right side should go not just by the navel, but until as long as the Mila. The Chein Nochen Lahachma Lechatchila, that's proper to be Machal Lechatchila. The Shel Yad Kedei Shehatka V'Yasa Bosheva Krichos, the Shel Yad should be long enough that he should be able to tighten it and make 7 Krichos and Al Azroya and Sholish Krichos Al Etzba, the Yechaska, and be able to tighten it. If it got torn, he should ask a shaila of what he should do. One should be careful that the retzuos should be on the black side on the outside. If it turns out that the retzua was turned over, that's the part that's around the head, or that's behind his arm. And we're talking about the part of the arm. We're talking about the kricha rishona, the first thing that he puts on directly, which has the part with the bottom on it. It's had the love and the chutz that came out. Yisana, he should fast. Yivda b'tzedakah, that's b'midas chassidus. He should fast and give tzedakah. B'cheinim nafalei atfilin la'aretz, if the tefillin fell on the ground, b'li nartikan. Yeshli gamkin lesanis, that's the minhag, is one should fast. But if naflu ben artikan, it was in its in its bag, ain't it tzarich lesanis, he should give some tzedakah. We'll stop here today.